Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for two. What day is it today? Today is Wednesday, Wednesday, May 31st, 2023. You want to know what today is, everybody? My first anniversary of doing a daily recap. I did my first one on May 31st, 2022. Wow, time flies. 1 year later. Anyway, let's get into it. Uh Victor, so the reading of the will wasn't done. Remember I said I don't know what did he give Laura? Okay. We find out today. Now, he leaves Nicholas this envelope that he put in Spencer's care for when Nicholas returns to give it to Spencer. Anna, he says, I leave you with the truth, or something cryptic like that. And Anna's thinking, what could he mean by that? Everybody's like, what could that mean? And Laura, believe it or not, he gave Laura a compliment. He says, by you watching this, Laura, you survived what was started back in 1974, a game that was started, between the Cassadines and Luke and Laura, right? He goes, and that means you have won. He goes, well done. He goes, I respect that. And he toasted her. And she was like, huh, I guess I did win, because she did. She was instrumental when she was back, saving Spencer and Ace and Trina. It was what was locked in her mind all those years ago that saved the day. Laura truly saved the day. So they were trying to tell Spencer, don't even open the box. And Spencer's thinking, I'll do what I want. He didn't do it snidey, but I knew he was going to open the box. So Anna says, you know what, I've got to go. And we have a scene where Esme is frantic. Oh my God, I'm going to lose my job. She's going all over the place. And Alexis walks in and she goes, what's happening here? Gregory's trying to console her. Apparently, one of their sources sent an email and Esme accidentally sent it out to everybody. So every other sources could get the scoop, the whole 9 yards. How she did that, I don't know, right? And so Gregory, I guess the staff called him because they couldn't reach Alexis because she had her phone off at Victor's reading of the will. So he effectively was able to squash things, quiet things down. The email was from an anonymous source, so it's not like their source's name or anything was compromised, and it was from an anonymous email address. So, he goes, no, it wasn't too hard to, get everybody back in line, settle things down, and he goes, everything is handled. And so Esme still, I thought I was just going to be answering phones. Oh my goodness. So Alexis goes, look, just calm down. Go ahead and clock out, because she's like, oh, I'm gonna be fired. And Alexis says, this is your first day. Okay, I'm not gonna fire you for this one mistake on your first day. She says, now, tomorrow's another story. Meaning, like, you can't be making no mistakes like this tomorrow, right? So she goes, clock out and go home. But oh my God, she goes, I said clock out and go home right now. And she goes, okay, oh my God, okay. So Gregory's like, do you think she's gonna come back tomorrow? And Alexis is like, who knows, right? So by the time Esme gets home, the reading of the will is done. And she sees little Ace's blanket on the table. And she goes, where's Ace? And Spencer says, he's down for a nap. She goes, you put Ace down without his favorite blanket? What were you thinking? And she snatches it up off the table and goes into the room with Ace. And Spencer looks at her and he looks at his grandmother. She goes, look, Spencer, it's nothing personal. Esme's gone through a lot. She had her baby kidnapped, just got him back, and now she's having to leave him, be separated from him while she works. She's on edge. It's okay. It's a mother thing, right? And Spencer's just like, and so he goes up the stairs, okay? Well, Spencer looked up because they end up telling him to open up before he goes up the stairs. They tell him to open up what Victor left Nicholas. And it was something in Russian. And so Laura's like, Anna knows Russian. This is before Anna left. And Anna says a little. So she's reading it. She goes, this is some kind of deed to a property. That's all I could tell you. And then Anna left. So Spencer, I'm thinking, okay, Google, use Google. Google could translate that, right? Which he did. He goes, this is a property it's in Russia. One of their properties in Russia. And he leaves some kind of message about this is where you go for refuge or some kind of cryptic message. And she thinks that's where Nicholas is. So of course, Laura's getting ready to go. And Ava's trying to say, Laura, leave it alone. You know, Russia, it's dangerous. You don't know if this could be a trap or what. She goes, look, just gonna go check it out. I'll be fine. And maybe I could bring Nicholas home if he's there. And Ava's thinking he ain't there, he's dead, because she's still thinking he's dead. But Ava, where's the body? See, you forgot about that. Actually, you do know you were being, did they drop that storyline, everybody? Right? With Austin's cousin Oz blackmailing Ava and him, really. I guess they decided not to get back to that because they know Oz took the body. So that doesn't mean Nicholas is, well, anyway, whatever, Ava. So Laura says, no, I'll be fine. And I'm thinking, you know what? It's time for Jeannie Francis to go. It's summertime, right? Although they filmed 2 months from ahead. Normally Jeannie's gone throughout the whole summer. So she may be around for another week or two. And then she's going to be off the campus. Yeah, she'll be off the campus because she takes her hiatus. So she's going to be going to look for Nicholas. So anyway, now we're back to Gregory and Alexis. And she's like, I'm surprised to see you here. And he's like, why? Staff called me. They couldn't reach you. So I came to help out. And she goes, and you did a very good job. And he ended up admitting he thought because he had told her about his health that she would think less of him and feel he couldn't do the job. She says, you either feel other people think you can't do the job or you feel you can't do the job because of your health issues. And he says, well, because you ghosted me. And then he was like, yeah, but you didn't, reach out to me. I was surprised to get the text from you. And Alexis said, that's because you said I was interfering and I was overstepping boundaries. I didn't know what to do until I talked to my daughter. And he looked at her. She goes, oh, don't worry. I didn't give particulars. She knows nothing about your health issues. She said, but she let me know that a text just seeing how you're doing is not overstepping any boundaries. That's why I text. And so anyway, they end up making up. And she ended up saying, didn't it feel good to get back here and solve that problem? So of course she offered the job to him again. And I think this time Gregory's going to take it. I think he's going to take the job this time, which is cool. I mean, I like Gregory. He can take the job. So now we have, which picture is this? Oh, great news. The best news. The bone marrow transplant is done. Willow came through the procedure. Now, the next few weeks are going to be crucial to make sure there's no infection, to make sure the blood, her body doesn't reject the bone marrow, the new cells that are entered into it doesn't make cells to fight them, So he goes, she could be out as early as 2 weeks, or sometimes it takes 6 weeks before a patient is released. So it's really, really good news. Everybody's happy, but Sonny was there earlier and he leaves. He says, listen, I've got some place I have to be. And Michael says, are you going to go see Nina? And he goes, yeah. And in my mind, I'm thinking, for one thing, it's none of your business where he's going and who he's going to see. Period. It was none of Michael's business to even ask that, because what they didn't want initially, remember Sonny said, Nina and I will be at that hospital, but we will have a respectful distance from you all. And you see, Nina wasn't there at all, right? So when he says, yeah, and he turns and he walks to the elevator, and Michael's just like, so Jocelyn goes, see, once again, Sonny chooses Nina over his family. And I thought, well, Jocelyn, you're not his family, nor do you act like his family at all. Your stank attitude, I would want to leave too, Jocelyn. So she and Michael were kind of arguing because they're telling Carly to take the deal. If they offer you a deal, take it. Jocelyn says, you do realize if you go to jail, Sonny gets Donna, full custody of Donna, and she'll be raised with Sonny and Nina. Do you want that? And Carly's like, of course I don't want that. But we don't know that that's going to happen. And she says, I am not going to turn on Sonny. Turn on anybody to make them take a fall for something I did. She goes, I did it. So no, I'm not throwing Sonny under a bus. But then her phone rang. It was the nanny for Donna. She goes, I got to go take this call. So she goes, and Jocelyn said something snappy to Michael. Oh, because Jocelyn said, Michael said, Jocelyn, it's mom's decision what she's going to do. It's her decision. And Jocelyn says, yeah, but you don't have a problem making decisions for other innocent people or for other people, right? And Carly's like, what's that supposed to mean? Jocelyn looks at Carly and she looks at Michael, and Carly goes, they're just looking. So she goes, you know what? I got to take this call, but when I get back, you guys either have squashed this or you're going to tell me what this is all about. So she walks away, and Jocelyn is telling him, you need to give mom the information and tell her to turn it over to the feds. I guess actually it ended up being a good thing you didn't already turn it over to the feds, because now this could free our mother. And Michael says, well, I don't know. She goes, what do you mean you don't know? Mom doesn't belong in jail. Sonny belongs in jail. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Sonny's been tried many a times and not convicted. Okay. Carly is being tried, doesn't mean she's going to be convicted. Diane Miller is spectacular. Okay. Spectacular. Jocelyn. So what I'm thinking, you know what? Good. Let Michael give Carly the evidence. But bottom line, this stuff is going from phone to phone. In reality, everybody, Dex still has the information on his phone. He didn't delete it. He may have given it to Michael, but I'll bet you any amount of money he didn't delete it. If Michael gives it to Carly, now Willow will tell him to delete it because she already told him to delete the message. She goes, Michael, delete the information. We didn't see Michael deleting it. Me knowing Michael, Michael being Michael, I don't think he deleted it just yet. But that's what Willow told him to do. So even if Michael gives the information to Carly, you know what Carly's going to do? She's going to get rid of it. Carly's going to make sure there's nothing out there that Sonny could go to jail for. I'm thinking, good, give it to Carly. Give it to your mama. Now you're going to see what your mama does with it. Oh, Jocelyn that girl. And it's the way they're writing. You know, bottom line, it's the way they're writing her character. I read a comment quoting, you're so right. She's doing a very good job because we all can't stand her, right? This is an actress playing a part. We can't stand, she's playing her part well, right? So, oh my goodness. So anyway, that was good news for Willow. I was very, very happy about that. And now we have the news with Trina, paternity. She and Taggart have a really good conversation while they were waiting for the results. Curtis and Portia are on their way. Portia's first was like, I don't think I should be there. And she's like, Curtis is like, you're her mother. Yes, you should be there. So they go together. And Stella's like, okay, well, your family will be with you. And Curtis is like, no, Aunt Stella. Portia and I can handle this. And Stella's just, oh. So when they leave, Marshall's telling her, Stella, they can handle it. But they need to love it. He goes, Stella, they can handle it. They can absorb whatever information they're going to get. And you want to know where they're going to come back? They're going to come back home here to us. And we'll be waiting. And she's like, Curtis ain't going to never forgive me. And blah, blah, blah. And he goes, look, he forgave you for keeping my secret for all of his life. You know, he forgave you. He'll forgive you for this. And in my mind, I'm thinking this doesn't compare to him knowing Marshall Curtis's father was alive. So yeah, okay, he will forgive her. So anyway, Trina opens the letter and she reads it, and it says Curtis is her father. Curtis's eyes filled with joy, but he's trying not to be too overjoyed because poor Taggart is there. And Portia is standing there, you know, bottom line, she's happy, Trina's Curtis's, because now she could be the mother of his child, right? Now she and Curtis have a connection. But she also feels for Taggart. Now, if Taggart would have been the father, Portia would have been happy too, because look, all these years, you know, I've always felt in my heart Trina was Taggart's, and look, I was right. Yeah, okay. Well, it's Curtis's. And that is if Wu didn't tamper with it. But I'm kind of thinking if Selena would have had it tampered with, the results would have been she would not have been Curtis's. That's what I'm thinking. But we know how soaps are. Soaps will take a child from one family, even an adult child, give them to another family for a year. Then the truth came out that the DNA tests were switched. And she is really Taggart's daughter. I wouldn't put that past General Hospital. It happens just way too much in soap land, right? In soap land. So now that's out. We're going to see how and she told Curtis, you know what, Curtis, Taggart leaves. He goes, I'm gonna let you guys, you know, talk about this as a family. So he goes to the elevator and his heart was breaking. He could barely keep from crying outside that elevator, and he was hoping nobody was coming looking, because they were kind of looking at him as he was going to the elevator. He got inside the elevator, could barely push the button, and he was broken down. Oh my God. I felt for him. Got a little teary-eyed, y'all. He started hitting the walls of the elevator. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what you doing? You know, he's hitting the walls and then he just breaks down and he slides down against the elevator door. And he is just crying because this man has lost his daughter. No matter what he was telling her, look, nothing's going to change. I'm still your dad. But you know what? Now the truth is, you know, she does not share your DNA. Yes, you still love her, but there's something knowing your gene pool, your line exists in someone else, right? Now it doesn't. Because she was saying, I'm going to have Curtis's family now if I'm his daughter, as far as to get to know. And I don't want to hurt you. And he's like, that won't hurt me at all. And so she felt a little better, but I felt for him. I really, really did. That was kind of touching, y'all. So touchy. So now we have Spencer. Spencer's in his room. And I knew it, he was going to open that box. And it was those little dove ceramic earrings that was interesting. Remember, Silas had that. I could remember who gave them to him originally. It was Cyrus. Cyrus told him to give them to Trina, because I think it was Trina's birthday, right? And Spencer didn't have anything for him. And I thought those earrings must have a listening device in them. That's what we thought, right? But then Spencer left it on the table when he goes over jerk face to Trina and Rory and starts some stuff, right? I think that's the first time he heard Rory tell her that he loved her, I think. And Spencer came back to the table and he left them there and he was leaving and Victor picked them up. So Victor gave them to him. But Spencer's like, okay, these were what Uncle Cyrus gave me for Trina. He said, why would you give these to me now, Uncle Victor? So he's picking up the cotton and the earrings and he sees there's a key in the bottom of the box. So now Spencer's going to have to find out where that key belongs. What does that key open? And I'm going to tell you, everybody, that's going to be piece of cake, right? Because if any of us got just a key, here's a key right here, y'all. Here's the key. I'm trying to make sure you can see it. If I give you this key, I don't care if I'm your uncle, I'm your grandmother. If I give you just a key, how are you going to really find out where that goes in the world? In the world. We're talking, these Cassidines have properties all over the place. How are you going to find out? What does that key belong to? Is it a briefcase? Is it a house? Is it, well, what does that key open? But you want to know what in Soap Land? He's going to have that figured out within 2 months, right? No, nothing. But yeah. He's going to have that figured out. Okay. So anyway, that's it. That was it for today. Let's go to Comment Corner. We got quite a few comments here. I'm getting ready to turn on my trusty dusty stopwatch. And Kim says, hi, recap lady. I miss watching your recaps. I can't stand Joss. She is so darn spoiled and a know-it-all. She is ruining Sonny's relationship with Michael. Willow wants the family to be together, but Joss is a troublemaker. I hope something happens to Dex. I can't stand Nina. I hope Nina gets caught really soon. Carly needs to be with Sonny, not Drew. I wish Jason would come back. And then Dacia says, Joss will get her karma when she finds out Dex will drop her for Christina and Christina will end up sleeping with Dex behind Jocelyn's back. She'll see as betrayed. Well, Cameron, she'll see what something that betrayed Cameron come back with her. Oh, she'll see betrayed Cameron come back for the summer, probably for a visit with his new girlfriend or with a new girlfriend. That'll be interesting. Josh will be hurt both ways. Gwendolyn says DNA results. Curtis is Trina's dad. Taggart in the elevator brought tears to my eyes. I know. Gwendolyn also says, when Olivia stops and thinks about what Nina is doing, her suspicions may switch from her husband to Nina, especially when when she talks to Drew and she mentions the idea came from Nina. Anna Rihanna says, ma'am, this episode was a hot mess. Thank you for a great recap. Neon Moon says these writers have just about ruined what was once a great soap. And then Tom says you can't trust Michael. Kim says Michael won't turn on Willow. And then Tom says, I agree, bleep Joss. In a month, she and Dex probably won't be together. I know, let's give it some time. LaShunta says, I'm mad because Carly needs to put her children in their place. She really does, because them trying to tell her what to do like that, no, Carly. No, don't allow that. Carly told Diane and Sonny she won't do it. She told Drew she won't. She knows it's her fault and owns it because Drew and Michael both said no. She did it anyway. Carly's hard-headed like Carly hard-headed like that, but her heart was in the right place. It was because her and Dex, it was between her and Dex when Nina and Marty made the anonymous tip. She put a target on Sonny's back. Nina did, unknowingly, her revenge, so bad to hurt Nina and Carly, brought a spotlight on the biggest fish around, which is Sonny. Good for you, Nina. Now you see what happened? Nina did that. Sonny and Carly always had each other's back until Nixon falls. But see, guess what? It took me forever to know what NF was. But then I thought, NF, they had his back until when? I thought, well, they didn't really separate until Nixon. Nixon falls. But I don't want him in jail. I hope he finally reflects on what Nina's cost him. His wife, his family, and now neither Sonny or Carly's both Sonny and Carly's freedom are at stake. All the breadcrumbs are going to lead back to her. I can't wait. Juanita says, I would have expected better of Olivia. How could she fall for Nina's trap? Not sure how anyone can like the character of Nina. She is reaching the point of no return. Willow can't possibly ever trust Nina. And then Oland says, there's no one on the soap that is more vile than Carly. And Carly has never gotten what she deserves. And by the way, Alexis was 10 times worse than Sam. That's because she wrote that in all caps. Worse to Sam than Nina has been to Willow. Really, was she? I don't know about that. Was she really? Lucy says, Aunt Stella knows more than she's saying. Who is really Trina's father? And is Portia really her mother? Yeah, Curtis is her father, Portia's her mother. Paula says, Josh is so disrespectful towards Sonny, spoiled brat. Annette says, Yaya's gumbo comes in cans too. I like seafood gumbo, sometimes chicken. So will Curtis bring Aunt Stella to my place too? He can come alone. Uh-oh, somebody like Curtis. Sheila says, you think after all the issues between Carly and Sonny in the past, where they broke up and got back together again, Michael and Jocelyn should know better than to keep their grudge against Sonny, especially when Carly hasn't encouraged them to turn on them. She hasn't, to turn against Sonny. And they should have respected Sonny as their father or stepfather, even if they don't like what he's done with Nina. Not liking Nina is one thing. They have good reason for it. However, Sonny has always loved and protected them in spite of whatever he and Carly went through in their relationship. That is so true, Sheila. And Orland says, well said, I totally agree. Susan says, I'm not sure they even got to Laura's surprise from Victor. No, they hadn't. We got to hear Laura's gift from Victor today. And Sheila says, Robert has some nerve to change up on Diane because of a conversation between her and Holly. Holly took part of that conversation back to Robert, and he didn't like the fact that what Diane said to Holly was actual. Robert is delusional if he believes Diane was the reason Holly left. No, Diane was not no reason. He knows Holly. It was Holly's idea to talk to Diane in the first place. Diane was very respectful and diplomatic in her conversation with Holly. Holly realized on her own that Diane was no joke. That's right. Annette says, what, no potato salad and French bread with that gumbo? If you don't smell gumbo cooking in the house, something's wrong with your sniffer, LOL. You know what? What part of the country are you in, Annette? I have never, ever had potato salad with gumbo. Now, yes, some kind of bread, but potato salad and gumbo, I've never had that combo, Annette. So anyway, Mika Sandra says, Olivia is much too open-mouthed with Nina, giving too much information to Nina, and it was none of Nina's business. That is so true. Olivia is smarter than she thinks. Well, really, she ain't showing it right now, LaShunta. And Olan says, please stop. Always arrogant, entitled Carly actually expected Olivia to leave her husband for her. Okay, yes. Yeah, we see you. Okay. Linda says, I think I think Victor left his money to Ace. Why would Sonny let Carly turn him in to the feds when he's supposed to be marrying Nina? For one thing, Sonny knows Carly would never turn him in at all. Never. He says he wants a life with Nina, but is willing to take a chance with the feds to protect Carly. I find it very odd that he's willing to take a chance for his true love, Carly, but wait, Josh may fulfill Sonny's dying wish. Well, it's not his dying wish, to help Carly by turning Carly in with Michael's evidence on the deal with Pikeman. Jocelyn would stoop that low to make sure her mom is safe, and Sonny is put away because of the evidence is slam dunk for Sonny's period. Everybody get out the popcorn because the drama is coming, and the actor who plays Josh is good because everybody hates her. Yep, you are so right about that. But guess what? Sonny said, Carly, take the deal. But Carly would never give up nothing too incriminating, right? And Sonny has Diane. Diane would get him off. See, look, whatever Sonny gives, Carly would give up would be something they've already agreed she would give up, and Diane would already have a case to get her out of it, right? To get Sonny out of it, I mean him out of it. Medora says, but Robert, didn't Robert tell Diane before he left, if she needs to ask me something, or if you need to ask me something, ask me in my office. After that, Diane smiled. Yeah, because Robert didn't slam the door in her face. Not really. Come on, Robert. Sabrina says, hi, Daily Recap Lady. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. You're so right. Trina could stay with Ava. My favorite part of the will reading was the gift of Valentine, the ancient middle finger. What's wrong with Olivia? She is so messy, but I can't wait to see what she's going, what she is going to Nina, well, probably gonna do to Nina when she finds out she played her. The more I think about it, we may have a who killed Nina mystery. Now, Nina's gonna be around this show for a long time. They're not getting rid of Nina. Regarding Jocelyn, they need to recast Jax so he could come and put her in check because she is out of control. Spencer hopefully got the doves that Cyrus gave him to share with Trina, but Victor kept them. Yeah, he didn't leave them on the table. Spencer got up. Linda says, I don't think Nina, but Carly, yes. I don't understand that. You were answering a question probably. Remember, Nina is Nell and Nell is Nina. Yeah, they've merged those two character personalities together. That is 100% the truth. Ron says, Joss still doesn't get it that Sonny and Carly have a unbreakable. They are unbreakable, and Michael sees it but won't say anything. Michael already knows. He's been through way more Sonny and Carly get back before than Jocelyn. Sandy says, Drew is a dumb box of rocks. I can't believe Olivia let Nina manipulate her like that. What kind of friend is that? She should know better than to talk about Carly to that snake. Trina definitely should not move in with Joss. She can move into her own apartment, maybe with Spencer. I don't think they're ready to live together at all. No. He gets 10,000 a week from Ava, or she can move into Windermere. Bottom line, Spencer don't want to leave his brother, so he's going to stay right where he is at. So that's it, everybody. That's it for my General Hospital daily recap. Thank you so much, Comment Corner. Wow. 1 year later, and I'm still here. And actually, the conversation has gotten, goodness, we got some conversation going on, everybody. So I want to thank you for subscribing. Thank you for thumbs upping my videos. Thank you for sharing. I am going to be doing this for as long as I can, because I still will watch my soaps. So I'll be back tomorrow with another daily recap of General Hospital.